I think you said it in your question. I think just routine, understanding that it doesn't matter if you lose it, win it by 10, lose it by 10, whatever it is, lose a close one, win a close one. You got to move on to the next one. Lucky for us, Green Bay gets our attention pretty quick. A division opponent at their place, played really well week one, a really good football team. I know, from the offensive side of the ball, they've got a extremely talented defense, and they're really talented on, obviously, at their offensive, side of the ball as well. So we've got our work cut out for us. They get our attention pretty quick. It's obviously nice to get back out on the practice field, throw the ball around, hand it off, do all that kind of stuff, get you back into the groove of playing, and help get that taste out of your mouth and just and go.
Thanks, Matthew.
All right, Mike.
Hey, Matthew. I forgot where I read this, but it actually made me think of something. I'm curious what you think of it. Throughout your career, you've been asked to do so much in terms of fourth quarter comebacks and needing to lead this team. Does that sometimes get in your head in certain positions of just like, I feel like I need to get this done. I feel like I need to do this and maybe push things a little bit late in games just because of you had to do it so much throughout your career? I
don't think so. I think the way you win those games is just doing the fundamental things right, and do them in crunch time. That's the biggest thing. Sure, there's going to be some plays that you make that aren't drawn up the way, coach maybe drew it up. But the majority of the time, we're just executing plays with good fundamentals and technique late in games. And if you can do that as a team and as a unit, you're going to win more than you lose in the fourth quarter. And, just something that we've got to continue to try and do, myself included, got to try to do that at a high rate.
And now that you've been able to watch the tape, were you able to see more out of Adrian Peterson than what you thought you might see?
I had a pretty good view on Sunday, and it looked pretty good to me. He was running the rock great. I was happy for him. I thought the guys up front when he was in there did a great job creating some holes, and he hit them. So, each week is a new challenge. Just because we ran the ball good last week doesn't mean we're going to run good again this week. We got to go out there and prove it and earn it, and that's what we're working on doing this week.
And just to clear one thing up real quick, how'd the back feel on Sunday?
My back?
Yeah, your back.
Oh, good.
Thanks.
All right, go Mike O'Hara.
Yeah, Matthew, this is just a little bit of follow-up. You've always talked about putting things behind you, going from the next play to the next play. You had the interception on Sunday, then just marched them right down to the brink. How do you put that aside? And does that play even on your mind in the next series?
No, not on my mind. Obviously, I can't let it happen. Been playing this game a long time. I get the ball in my hand late in the game. I know my guys trust me. I got to make good decisions with it. Not try to do too much and just keep us moving. But no, nobody wants to go out there and drive us down and score more than I do after giving up a play like I did. So was motivated, obviously, as I am every time we take the field and I get the ball in my hand, but knew it was going to be a crunch time moment where we needed to drive down there and give ourselves a chance, and we did that, just didn't come away with it.
And this is another one about the Green Bay series. The first half of your career, they certainly had your number like they did for a decade and a half before you got here. But after that turn, what did it feel like just playing them when it's just another tough game against a division opponent when you've beaten them, they've beaten you? It's not this 30-year losing streak or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it till you just said it, to be honest with you. I think every time we go there and play, it's we're playing a really good team in a tough place to play. Obviously, it's going to be an interesting venue this year. No fans, like everywhere is. But, the toughest part about going to play at Lambeau is playing the Packers. They're a really good football team. They've got really good players all across the field. So we've got to go out there and execute our game plan, have our guys make plays when we get the chances to make plays, and, just play good, sound football, give ourselves a chance.
All right, thanks.
All right, we'll do three more. Dave, Nick, and then Carlos.
Hey, Matthew, two quick ones for you. Just was curious. I think you took a knee for the anthem Sunday. Some guys went in the locker room, some guys stood. Can you just explain why you did what you did?
Just felt like it was the right thing at the right time. I just obviously it's been an amazing offseason for me personally, for our team, for a lot of people. Something where there's been a great opportunity for growth and learning and understanding, and just felt like it was the right thing for me. As certain guys on our team felt like the right thing was standing, certain guys felt like the right thing for them was being in the locker room. We support each other. We know where everybody stands in our locker room. We love each other and support each other, and that's that.
Appreciate that. And then I want to ask you, I know you've talked about your relationship with Rodgers before. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but just the mutual respect you have for each other. I guess, do you have any stories you can share of, we see the picture of you guys, saying hi after games or before games. Maybe you can speak on that if there's some story that highlights that.
I mean, I have a ton of respect for him. I know he's been playing this game for a long time and doing a great job. I've obviously got to compete against him a bunch of times. Obviously a spectacular thrower of the football, great athlete, everything you want in a quarterback. So he's playing at a high level again this year. I think he's done a great job of kind of adapting to that system and still making it his own, doing his own thing and making plays. He's as dangerous as they come in the NFL. Our team knows that. And, I personally have a ton of respect for how he plays the game and how he leads that team.
Great. Thank you.
Nick?
Hey, Matthew, thanks for doing this. Obviously, I know you guys had limited time in the offseason and everything, and you did everything you could to get ready. But having not played in a game for almost like a year on Sunday, I'm curious, did it take you a minute or two to get sort of back into feeling like yourself out there, or was that a right away thing?
Each game's kind of different, but I felt like it took me a little bit too long to get settled into this one. I wasn't efficient enough early, and I don't know that was because I hadn't played in a game or I just didn't get into the flow. Either way, I'm trying to make sure it doesn't happen again. Just try to get going as fast as we possibly can and make sure that we're not going 3 and out early and keeping our defense off the field. So I'm not sure that had anything to do with it being off the field for a long time or not, but certainly trying to start fast every game, myself and our team included.
And if I could sneak one more in, Cephas got, I think, 10 targets or somewhere in there, got a lot more than I think any rookie in the league actually on Sunday. What have you seen from Cephas throughout the last month and kind of where you're at with him?
He's done a nice job. Obviously, I missed him on a couple. There were a couple I'm sure he wishes he had back. That's the way it goes when you have a young guy in there and you're trying to get to know him and learn him, and he's trying to learn the game without a preseason, any of that stuff. So I thought he did a great job. He's a guy that came in day one and was asked to do a lot and has never skipped a beat. Just kind of hopped in there when it was his chance to get in there. Went out there and executed plays. So I know as a player out there, I have a lot of confidence in him. I know our coaching staff does as well. He's just a guy that continues to work hard and learn and try to prove himself.
Thank you.
All right, Carlos, last question.
Yeah, just a couple of quick ones, Matt. If the situation were to come again with DeAndre Swift in that, last second situation there, do you have any hesitation to trust him and throw that ball again to him?
No, not at all. Throwing it to him 100 times out of 100. Trust that kid. He'll make the play.
And just secondly, TJ Hawkinson had a really nice game. It had been a while since he played as well. How did you feel about your chemistry with him? Seems like you guys got off to a good start clicking.
Yeah, it was good. Coach did a nice job drawing up some plays to get him some chances. And, he capitalized on them. His touchdown, he's probably the most covered guy in the field. I jammed it in there to him, but it was a nice catch. I was happy for him. Obviously the more guys rolling and playing at a high clip that we can get on offense, the better we'll be. TJ's one of those guys that's a weapon for us, and we got to make sure that, everybody on our offense is getting touches, and we're going from there.
Great. Thanks, Matthew. Thanks,
Cool.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
We'll go Justin, first question.
Hey, Jarrad, I know it's just one game, and Matt likes to kind of change game plans around, but it was a lower snap count total than I guess we're used to seeing for you. We know your competitiveness. We know your love for the game. I just wonder how you handle that personally when you're not out there every snap. Does it fuel you? What do you experience?
Honestly, I just get out there and I see what I can see and make sure I can help these guys when they get back to the sideline, when it's my time to go out there, I go out there and I play to my best, play to my best of my ability and do what I can to help the team. But while I'm on the sideline, like I'm still locked in, I'm still dialed in the game. And, I'm just trying to make sure that whoever's out there, that they're making the plays, that they're helping us out. They're trying to make us or put us in the best position that they can, so I'm trying to give my input as much as I can to assist.
Is it fair to say the goal for you always is to be that 3-down player, though, and to play as much as possible when asked?
100%. But, I got to trust the coaches and trust the game plan, and that's all I can do,
Thank you, Jarrad.
Yep.
All right, we'll go Ben.
Hey, Jarrad, thanks for doing this. Just was curious how much Jamie's weird early ejection kind of changed things from the linebacker room's perspective and you guys moving around a little bit more after he was out of there.
I mean, we tried to adjust, and it really wasn't that big of a deal. We just came in, and we talked about what we were going to do, and we just moved forward, just kept it rolling. It was really unfortunate, but, it is what it is. You have to adapt or die.
Jeremy?
Kind of on the same topic there, as a captain of this defense, what's your message to the team after that happened?
You got to step up, man. Next man up, and you just got to keep playing. You got to keep playing hard. It's hard to lose somebody like that, and it really sucked. It was unfortunate, but at the end of the day, we got to keep going. We got to compete every single day, no matter what the situation is.
All right, back to Justin.
One of the things this defense always wants to do is stop the run. That the Bears moved it on the ground pretty well against you, and you've got another tough matchup coming up here with Green Bay. When you watch the film and you process that, what were some areas where you saw that you guys need to make some immediate improvement?
Just got to make sure that we're being more physical up front and just honestly being more stout, man. Like, we were giving up a lot of creases in there, and just an area that we have to help out is with the linebackers coming downhill, feeling a little bit quicker and just being more stout up front. We got it all adjusted, though. We know what we need to do. We seen where we messed up at, and we made some adjustments during the game that really slowed it down. But we need to just continue to make those improvements during this week of practice so we can go out Sunday versus the Packers and not really have a lull. Just go out and start fast on these guys.
We always talk about chemistry on the offensive line or our chemistry in the secondary. What is the chemistry between the linebackers in the second level and getting used to maybe some of the new guys playing in front of them, whether it's Danny or Nick up there? How long does it take to kind of build that chemistry for you guys?
We got a lot of reps during camp. And every single day we're always communicating basically, hey man, how do you like to play like this? How do you like to play this? So I know, do I need to be faster? Do I need to stay back? Whatever it might be. Just constantly communicating. It takes time, just as any other relationship will. But it's one of those things that we got to get going on and continue to grow right now as fast as possible. So.
All right, Dave. Dave, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Rookie mistake. We've asked your coaches about this a little bit, but I was curious about the dynamic of playing with no fans in the stands and just how that changes the calls you have to make, if you have to be careful about what you're saying, what else you can pick up from the offense. Maybe you can just speak to sort of all that dynamic.
It's definitely different. It creates a different environment. But it's very similar at the same time. Like at the end of the day, it's all football. So, we just got to make sure that, there's some things that we can't always yell out. We're talking a little bit quieter, whatnot, but that's just a part of it. It's one of those things that come with the territory. We don't have as much noise. So, we just got to make sure that we always have our ears open so we can hear the call that we're given and then see what we can pick up from whoever. So, we're just out there having a good time. It's weird, of course, to not have fans in there and creating that environment that we're all so used to. But at the end of the day, we just get back to what it is, and it's football,
how much easier was it to hear things? And is there something that you heard, from whether it just be a player or quarterback making a call that maybe you wouldn't have in different years?
I think honestly, like, it's just about the same. Like, I mean, I know it's quieter, but you still hear the same stuff. It's not that big of a difference, like when you're playing a game, like, yeah, the crowd's loud. It's very loud out there, but at the end of the day, like, you lock in and you kind of get in the flow state and you can hear certain things from certain people just how you normally would. So I don't know.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, JD. Thanks, guys.
All righty. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Guys can throw your names in to get started. Justin?
Be good to see you, Tyrell. First week matchup, you get Khalil Mack. Never really an easy challenge. How does that, get you started on a season? Is that a confidence building thing, or how does that work when you face somebody at that level right out the gate?
Really just as an opportunity to get better. He is one of the best players in the NFL. So to have the opportunity to go against him and just compete against him and learn where I can do better was awesome for me. And it was a fun challenge, and I enjoyed it.
When you did go back and review the film from your performance, obviously offensive line had a pretty good day all the way across. I'm just wondering, where did you see room for improvement for yourself and where you wanted to get better just based off that matchup?
Yeah, there's like 1,000 things I could do better. Could lower pads, better first step, better hand placement. There's like a lot of things I can learn from the film.
Kyle?
Yeah, Tyrell, I was just curious, what was it like blocking for Adrian Peterson?
It was awesome. Pretty much asked me a couple years ago if I would ever have that opportunity to block for AP. I'd be like, you're lying, you're crazy. And then to actually get a block for him in a game and just watch him run over people was awesome. It's such a fun opportunity to block for him, and he's a great leader, in my opinion.
Was he a guy you watched growing up?
Yeah, definitely was someone I was watching growing up. Always just thought he was one of the best backs in the league, and now he's one of my teammates.
Good, thank you.
Chris?
Hey, Tyrell. Just a quick one here. I saw you retweeted that next week you're participating in, looks like a webinar with Alyssa Milano and some other people about voting, the importance of voting by mail, or the importance of having the opportunity to vote by mail. So just wondering if you could just explain how you got involved with that and what you're hoping to teach people through that.
Yeah, just with the election coming up this year and everything with COVID going on, voting by mail is like be a huge thing this year. So just pretty much using that webinar just to kind of help spread information and just like inform people on how they can vote by mail and just how like the process works.
How'd you get connected with that group or with the people that are doing that?
Just like a randomly sort of happened.
I guess I'm asking if you know Alyssa Milano personally, specifically, or how, if you went through your agent, or if you had I know it's just sort of looking at like the Colorado Secretary of State. It looked like maybe it was on there. So if you just knew any of these people beforehand.
Yeah. So with Alyssa, just like we have mutual friends, and then her and I kind of have a friendship also that's built from that.
Thank you.
We're gonna go Justin.
Yeah, I wanted to build on Chris's question a little bit. Obviously it's been a very important offseason with you guys as a team, and you've been probably one of the more vocal guys on social media. Do you feel like you're just kind of growing into that role, or is that something that's always been a part of you, this social justice through Oregon, and we're maybe just seeing that side of you more now?
More so now. While I was at Oregon, I was pretty vocal, but not where I'm at now. And it's just, for me, there's a lot going on in the world, and I know there are people that look up to me, and I just want to try to spread a positive message and just let people just become more educated on things that's happened outside this building. And I don't know, I really enjoy trying to give back to the community and just spread a positive message.
Was there a moment this offseason? Obviously, there was a trigger moment for the entire team and canceling practice and formulating a message. But on a personal level, did you have a moment that really kind of pushed you in that direction, Tyrell?
Kind of ish. I mean, there's not one moment I can really pinpoint that. It's like, oh, I need to be more vocal. It's just kind of built on to throughout pretty much growing up and just realizing more things are becoming spread or put out there on social media through videos, through phone videos, and just I don't know. I just want to kind of call it out and just let people know that what's going on isn't okay.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go Mike O'Hara for the last question.
Yeah, Tyrell, just one more thing about Adrian Peterson. I'm just saying, we see all that energy out on the field. Does he talk in the huddle at all? Anything after a play, point something out, encouragement, stuff like that? Or is he quiet in the huddle?
It kind of depends. But you can even just look at him and you just know and have a feeling that if you give him the rock, he's going to run over whoever's in front of him or do his best to. And it's awesome to have that in the huddle, and just his presence in the huddle is awesome.
All right, cool. Thanks, man.
Of course.
Great. Thanks, Tyrell. Guys, we'll have Will Harris up next. Okay, you guys can throw your names in. We get started. Justin.
Yeah, well, we don't know how the injury situations are going to shake out in the secondary this week, but I'm just wondering, with how many 3 safety looks we saw against Chicago, how much, I guess, depth do you think that package can provide with you, Tracy, and Duran out there?
I mean, it's good having those guys out there with me. You know, we're very confident in the DB room, especially, you know, with, you know, me, Tracy, and Duran. We all play well with each other, and we play well. We complement each other well. So, you know, pretty much we're ready to do whatever it takes, you know, whatever we're asked to do, you know, ready to roll.
I don't know how much you can say about it, but you said you guys complement each other well. When you guys are all on the field together, how do those skill sets mesh together, in your opinion, with just the 3 of you?
You know, well, I think that, you know, when all 3 of us on the field, or just in general in the game, you know, I think it's a good combination of, you know, of wisdom, experience, and, you know, different playing styles. And I think that, you know, when we get in the game, you know, there's a nice, you know, competitive nature. Like all of us, all 3 of us are very competitive. So when we're in the game together, it only, you know, makes it, you know, we feed off each other's energy. So.
Dave?
Hey, Will, can you take me back to last year a little bit, and just what was it like for you as a rookie to play Aaron Rodgers, to play some of the best, you know, quarterbacks, guys that you watched obviously coming up, trying to figure out what it might be like for a rookie like Okudah this week to face these great quarterbacks?
Right. I mean, you know, it's definitely different, you know, especially, you know, when it's your first time playing them. You know, you kind of got to, you know, get a feel for it. You know, you got to get settled into the game. But at the end of the day, you know, we're out there playing football. And, you know, hats off to, you know, we give, you know, the utmost, you know, respect, you know, to any team we play, but especially, you know, when you're playing great quarterbacks, you know, you have to give them the utmost respect. But at the end of the day, you know, we're out there playing football. So, you know, all we got to do is just go out there and, you know, get settled in and, you know, just stay true to our, you know, technique and fundamentals and our game plan. And, you know, we'll take it from there.
How long does it take for you know, to sort of settle into that I belong here, you know, mode, rather than being, you know, having the wide eyes maybe that a rookie does? Is it a game, a series, a play? How long does it take for that to settle in?
You know, well, I can't speak on everyone's experience, but I just know that, you know, it's probably different for everybody. You know, at the same time, you know, we've got a lot of competitors in this locker room that want to be on the field and want to play. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, these guys are, you know, preparing hard, you know, and we're locked and loaded. You know, we'll be locked and loaded, you know, come this weekend.
Great. Thank you.
All right, we'll go Dan Miller.
Hey, well, just wondering, when you see the touchdown pass that Rodgers threw to Adams in this game, and he's kind of off schedule and scrambling around, when you're playing safety and watching this guy, just the mindset that you have that the play's never dead with him back there.
Right. I mean, you know, you definitely got to be on your P's and Q's, you know, when you're back there and, you know, you're facing a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers. You know, he's going to use his feet. He's going to, you know, keep plays alive. His receivers are going to fight for him, and, you know, they're going to fight to get open. They're going to, you know, do their best to, you know, to make a play, make something out of nothing. So, you know, referencing, you know, the play that you're talking about, you know, we just got to, you know, we just got to go into the game being prepared for, you know, things like that. He's been able to make, you know, a career, you know, out of making plays, you know, just like that. So we just got to be prepared for it.
Are there some guys that when you're back there, you see a quarterback roll out and you think to yourself, oh, he can never get the ball over here. But with Rodgers, you know, it's the entire field you have to cover at all times?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we just got to make sure that, you know, everyone's, you know, on their assignments, and, you know, each part of the field, you know, is accounted for. And, you know, especially with a quarterback like him, you know, you definitely can't, you know, underestimate, you know, his throwing power or anything, you know, else that he can do off script. Because, you know, like I said, he's been able to, you know, make a living off of, you know, making great plays with his feet and, you know, keeping plays alive. So we just got to be on our P's and Q's pretty much.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you.
All right, Justin again.
I want to go back to what you said in training camp, just the comfort level you felt in the defense and not having to think as much, game slowing down for you. When you actually got out there in week one, how much did that actually hold out to be true?
I think it was very true. Especially, compared to last year. I mean, it was just, at the end of the day, I'm going out there, do my job, do what's asked of me, and, just play full speed with my hair on fire. And at the end of the day, just got to go out there and try to make as many plays as I can and make sure I'm communicating and, playing within the scheme and, most importantly, giving it my all for, my teammates and, this whole organization. So as long as I'm doing that, I think, we'll be in good shape as far as, the mental side of it.
All right, we will cap with Dave right here. Last question.
One other thing, I don't know how many quarterbacks across the league took a knee for the anthem this past week, but Matthew did. Just curious what that means to you guys in the locker room to see your quarterback do that, alongside some other guys. Right.
I mean, we've, had endless, talks and, really, really meaningful conversations, not only, now, but ever since we, came back as a team on Zoom, months ago. And we've just been keeping the conversation alive and just been reiterating, anytime that someone's feeling something, get it off your chest. Hey, and all of these guys, man, everyone in the locker room, everyone in the building, the whole organization's been behind one another. And just, you can feel the support and you can feel the love just running through the halls. So, to see that, I mean, that's just, the physical side of, seeing, his emotions towards the rest of his teammates. I mean, obviously, you could tell he really cares, just like the rest of us, really cares. And, everyone on this roster, man, is just, we're all behind each other and, supporting each other, especially, during, trying times like this. So, it was great. It was great. That's my quarterback. My guy.
Thank you.
Yep.
Great. Thanks, Will. Thanks, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, guys. Yep. Thank you, guys.